Hello Rob, could you tell us a bit about the Zeevee products please?
Hi Simon, yeah, I'd be delighted to. So Zeevee basically makes equipment that takes any video source, doesn't matter what it is, and turns it into a TV channel, which means it can be transmitted down existing or new coax cable to be received by standard consumer TV, so an inexpensive TV. I'll just give you an example of this, illustrate with, this is something that we're showing on the stand here. We've got a couple of digital signage players here. Now typically you'd put them behind the screen, so you'd have the cost of one of those behind the back of every single screen. In this case here we've got two digital signage players connected up to one of the Zeevee boxes. The Zeevee box takes in the signals, the output from those digital signage players, converts them into a TV channel and transmits it over coax. And I don't know if you can see this well here, but you can see that it's going out to, these are little cheap RF splitters, out to as many TVs as you like. So hundreds, thousands of TVs across your campus, or
so this is just standard coax and standard little splitters?
Standard coax, standard splitters. In fact, if you've got coax in your facility now, that was used in the old analog days that you may not even be using anymore now, that coax is perfectly capable of carrying the new digital TV, channels that are generated by Zeevee. So that's a very simple use of the network. Actually, what you can also do is, if you've got TV distribution across your campus or within your halls of residence, you can combine in these channels with that existing network. So in that case here, maybe not easy to show, but you just combine it in using a cheap RF combiner with the aerial feed, and you put these two channels here onto these two signage channels here onto separate RF channels, so they show up on your TV network.
So for a student, we could have a message that says your economy lecture has been cancelled.
You could indeed do that, or what's on today within the hall, what's on today in the campus, general reminders. And the system can be expanded. You can add more sources, you can have more displays very cheaply, very easily. There are some other features that I'll just touch on a little bit here, such as emergency alert.
What would that do?
Well, emergency alert is something that's quite big in the US, and it is a national thing in the US. Each state has their own system, which is in turn linked up to the White House, and it works both ways from the White, and that's to deal with national and terrorist disasters, etc. Over here we don't quite have that, but you can use the same facility that we've got within our device to transmit an emergency signal, sound and video across to all of the channels that go through this device. And there's simple ways of triggering that. You can send a message to the unit to trigger it over IP, or there are some relay contacts, closure points on the back of each unit which will enable you to do that.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you Simon.
Bye bye.